Well, hello, hello. Glad you could come by this edition of Media Champions. I'm your host, Mary Treese Griffin in Atlanta, and today we have Elliot Gerard on the program. He is with Heartlent Group. Elliot, welcome to Media Champions.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be on.
I am excited to pick your creative brain because, first off, let me just tell you, I spent so much time on your website. Wow. Just wow. Can I just say that?
Oh,
Wow. So it's amazing what kind of talent you guys have there. I do know Heartland is a combination of heart and talent. That's where heart meets talent. And that's what you very clearly tell people who come to you for your subject matter expertise. Let's walk me through what you think the changes are going to be as far as trends over the next year or so when it comes to being able to tell your story. The way that you guys tell people's stories is just amazing. We're going to get further into that, but let's talk about how you see things maybe floating down the road of trends and changes.
Well, thank you for being such a great PR for us. I appreciate that. So I think that Web3 is the biggest trend. Obviously NFTs, but the metaverse, and it's changing so rapidly. And we're getting more and more involved in the NFT space. I don't think people even understand what it is. I feel like it's a crazier transition than social media is, and it's faster. So this trend is just going to grow, and with the metaverse coming on, all the content, stories, and creative ways of telling storytelling and everything is completely changing because of this Web3 presence. Social media obviously changed the way that we told stories, but if there's so many, it's unlimited where it can go with Web3, which is exciting.
But there's, like you said, there's so many different ways people can go, and a customer knows they have a story to tell, they want to tell it, so they're coming to you. Do you find yourself in a teaching mode a lot of the times, especially now, because you can help them tell their story, but you want them to understand why you're making the moves that you're making?
Absolutely. I mean, the consumer base, just like everything else, it's moving so fast now that we have to educate ourselves so that we can educate our audiences. And it's just going to get more and more like that. So yeah, I mean, we do spend time doing that. There's a lot of people who want to get into this space, and even from a social media stance, you have to tell people, certain clients, you have to have them understand that as well. So that's very important to what we do with Heartlent Group. We're always trying to educate our clients and help them make the best decisions that they can in all of these.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about some of those clients if we can, because you don't deal in small potatoes. I know you work with a garden variety of folks, but if people like the NFL, the NHL listen to you, everybody else should. I'm not going to name names, but some of your clients happen to have, I don't know, two of the highest elected official positions in this country. We'll figure that out for your folks. But I mean, you are dealing with some heavy hitters. What is it like walking these folks through how they need to be sharing their story? Can we just take video, for example, because you're the master at that. Not everybody does video, but they should.
Absolutely. So you're saying, how do I walk through a client like NFL, the NFLPA, NHL through that process? I think, it all comes down to the concept. What do they want to achieve? What are their goals? And understanding that, and then helping them realize what those goals are specifically, because sometimes they might have a certain goal in mind, but when you are dealing with a Web3 presence or social media, it might actually be different than what they're thinking initially. We're always great at evolving a campaign. I don't know if we can dive into certain campaigns, but one of the ones that we did for NFLPA, it started off as 2D graphic images and went all the way to video, to 3D animations where we created a 3D toy store, to an actual 3D figurine, to an actual toy that an NFL player opened up and did an unboxing. So that was all because we were like, let's push this campaign further. Let's get as much different content out there so that we can celebrate these players in different ways. So we
Wow.
are.
You know, that it sounds like you went from birth to college graduate right there. You know, that's so cool. I love that.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
you know,
Yeah.
Elliot, we're out of time, but promise me you will come back and continue the chat because I think you're awesome. The what you do with video, my friend, is just people have got to come to your website just to get a taste of what it is that you do. But if you'll come back, we can talk even further. I keep asking for a 30-minute show. They don't give it to me, but I can have you come back.
Anytime. You are great. The compliments that you give me, I would come back anytime. Thank you so much.
Oh, I got so many more and you're in trouble because I know how to find you.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you. For the rest of you, we can make the connect to Elliot. You're going to want to check out Heartlent. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. You're going to learn a thing or three, trust me. But you can make the connect by finding me right here at dailyadbrief.com. Do come back for more Media Champions. We've got more for you on Mary Treese in Atlanta. We'll see you next time.